Welcome to Shanghai, China. We are in what is called Thames Town. This is like a not actually very European, as you can tell from all the willow trees and uh, you know Chinese buildings, like tall Chinese buildings in the background behind the trees down there. If you can see that, that's not very actually European, but we do have British lampposts, British style buildings, and all kinds of stuff. This tells us where everything is. Of course, it's all in Chinese. So there's text Yang. I understand what Yang means. That I know. So this is the thing they do here. That is a telephone box. I wonder if the phone works, but I think it does. It says China Telecom, so it's by the actual one of the phone carriers here. So I think it actually would work. Okay, some people are very into anime. That right there. That. It seems like it might be related to a certain book series, movie series, whatever you want to call it, that I will not say by name, of course, because it shall not be said. But they seem to have their own study of that. They had that in Tiraspol in Transnistria as well. Different study, but if goddamn Transnistria had a Harry Potter figure or actually Harry Potter statue and this place didn't, I would be disappointed, And here in Hampton Street we see another phenomenon, or saw behind me, that happens here a lot. People come here to take wedding photos, apparently. And seems it's true, because there's some people having wedding photos just behind me. It's like a somewhat Western looking place. It looks different from most of China, so people come here to take wedding photos. There are also Western people here, also people with white skin. This is like a residential area. People just live here, people living things. Crazy, right? But it's mostly abandoned. Not that many people actually live here now. It's just being kind of left to rot. This just building window is just missing the windows entirely. You can see the room is not constructed. It has just been the rest of the building is there, but this one row, this one column, just doesn't they just never finished the building. There's lights in there, and this is kind of broken down. That it's missing some tile slots here. It is a contrast from the fancy, really fancy Western style buildings to, rusty, broken down balconies and worn down walls. Just missing bricks, seemingly. They never really finished everything. There's a lot of just kind of abandoned, left to rot building area, just like this. Because it's it's a part of the wider problem where they just borrow money and take people's investments for places that don't exist yet. And then turns out that you give them enough money to build, and then they go bankrupt or whatever, and then, stuff never gets built or finished. And then, not many people actually end up moving here. This whole thing kind of failed to get people here. So there's also these piers that don't look British. This is a typical Chinese park pier. We can actually go on there, but this feels very Chinese. This the styling of the pier here. This is not the kind of shade of the type of wood, the color of the wood, the kind of way they do the ropes, everything. That feels very Chinese to me. This is a very Chinese way of doing this particular thing, especially given that it's next to a bunch of willow trees, which are very common in China, not that common in the UK. Not that they don't have any of them, but not in this kind of setting capacity. But yeah, here we are in Shanghai's United Kingdom with willow trees in the background next to this huge body of water with clearly very polluted water actually. Well, so is Thames, so I guess that's accurate to reality actually. But yeah, it is a wonderful, weird mixture. Even this thing is broken down. Like it's missing a plank there. The rope is missing, has fallen off there. This is all rough. This pieces of this are broken down. You can tell it's abandoned, to a large degree. All the stuff is just kind of broken, unmaintained, messy, But anyways, going back on topic, what the hell was I saying? Oh yes, they have a child and they have a dog. I think that's a book or a TV series or a movie or whatever. I don't remember what the name of it is. Or I don't know the name in English, but it's a thing that exists. I assume it's from that series or book or movie or whatever it is about the kid and the dog, which is a very vague description, but I have a specific thing in mind, I just don't know what it's called. So I also never actually consumed the media, I just know it exists. So I can't really give any details because I don't know what the details are. But there's a very typical British thing about a dog and a child. I assume it's from that. Some sacks, very important, sacks of something. And it's so funny, there's these European style buildings there. Then you look this way and there's very Chinese water, Chinese bodies of water have this kind of coloring, this kind of green, I don't know if it's just a camera, but it's kind of really green, weird tone to them. You don't really see this in Europe, basically at all. This is a really different kind of, the pollution and stuff shows up differently. I guess it's different chemicals and different stuff going into it in Europe, but this kind of green is very different. It feels very, very Chinese to me, the way the water looks. And then you have the, willows and, all these other plants next to it that feel very Chinese. And this footpath feels very Chinese. This kind of red crushed brick, this feels very Chinese to me. The whole design, it's just the building, the fence, that all feels very European. So it's it's such a it's a weird mix of things. And as a person in Europe, it is certainly a strange sight to come here to Shanghai on my first full complete day in Shanghai, to come to this place and see these buildings and fences and whatever. God, this country is awesome. It didn't just only have China is awesome, but they have if you want to see more European stuff, they have that for you too. So if you are oh, but China is so different and it's so scary, just come to Thames Town and you'll have British buildings. Of course, you want to go a restaurant, you have to do it the Chinese way. You have to actually get here the Chinese way. You need to be able to have the apps or public transport cards or something to allow you to get here. I think you actually get here with cash, because the metro and trams take cash, I think. But still, you need to be able to operate the country. And as with other unfinished things, they have these button things, but the buttons are missing seemingly all the time. So that's fun.